when last we left our heroes, they got beat by like a box. That was pretty wild, huh?
No, we did not.
When last we left off, you had just watched the giant blue orb get pulled from the remains of the chest that had burned into slag because of Onyx's spell. And it got magically wisped into the center statue. You watched it get sucked into the statue, and the statue is now glowing a slightly brighter blue, and that one orb is now significantly illuminated, and that trial has been completed.
Okay, everybody, I think we're done splitting us up after that.
Does somebody want to tell me what happened?
For now.
Yeah, so we walked in there. There was a chest. I didn't like it, but nobody listened to me. And we tried to open it. And then it attacked
did open
us.
it, and it very much hurt.
End.
Cole very much opened it. Cole very much got slapped by a box. And Onyx saved him.
I suppose.
And then the party traveled to the room with the wells in it.
I don't remember how to move myself. Somebody help me. Okay, never mind.
And then I'll move Calyx.
Thank you, God.
Yeah. Would you like to be in front of a particular well?
I would like to be in front of the well full of water.
Water? Oh, well, Sai is there.
I don't know if that was the top.
You'd have to ask her to
I'll get
move.
on the other side.
Okay.
I'll move. You keep.
Oh. There. You are now looking at each other from across the well.
Aww.
Would you like me to? Would you like me to remind you what your investigations revealed of the 3 wells instead of investigating them again?
I'd greatly appreciate that.
So,
yeah.
In this room, there are 3 wells. The bottommost well looks completely empty, but has an incredibly muddy and sandy bottom. In that sandy substance, there is 1/3 of a blue object. It looks to be some sort of like shaft, like some sort of long cylindrical object, and it is like a bright sapphire blue, enough so that you could see it down 10 foot down in the well. The middle well is completely full to the brim with water, all the way to the top, and the water is completely clear. No algae, no smell, no bugs or bug larvae, no movement in it, completely still. It looks as though you had dumped 100 gallons of pristine river water 5 seconds before you looked in the well. It looks completely preserved. And in the topmost well, it is an empty well except for the bottom 5 feet, where it contains a clear but faintly green liquid that you, after dumping some rope and a metal hook in, discovered was some type of acidic substance. And in the bottom of that acidic substance, you saw what looked to be some sort of arrowhead or point of the same blue sapphire creation. It looked to be the same material that the one in the bottom well is. And then I think you saw in the second well in the bottom of the water, there was a blue gemstone of the same sapphire blue color that the other 2 wells contain.
The party like me to ritual cast detect magic?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be down for that. While we anybody want to try the rope plan? Calyx pulls out like 40 feet of rope. Like, I do have some rope left.
I feel like that might
I
be
would go for it.
Okay, then I will say, while you guys are setting up the rope and like tying your knots and looking at each other's weights, Brontes, would you like to describe the intricate way you, because this is a ritual, right? You're not just snapping your fingers and casting magic. Would you like to describe how your character ritually casts a spell like this?
Also, it does take 10 minutes. I looked it up.
Okay, that 10 minutes then.
I'm gonna
but
say
we'll
he
say it takes
sits
some time.
cross-legged on the floor with his grimoire and begins to focus. And his grimoire begins to levitate above his lap.
And then as he does that, you can now discuss the rope plan.
So, Calyx, if you have the rope, do you want to come over here and let's tie it around Cole? Probably almost like a harness. We probably want to go around his waist and then above his shoulders, like a 3-point harness almost, so that we can lower him down. And Cole, you'll have to just keep your legs up.
Quick question. How deep was the well? Was it 10, 15, or 20 feet?
Each well is 5 foot diameter and 10 foot depth.
Oh, we'll be fine.
That you can see.
Okay,
Cole,
so
you cool with going down there?
If you guys hold me and you trust the rope, I'm good for it.
we're gonna load everyone on this rope.
I look directly at Onyx and I hold out my arm like, bro, we got this, right? We're the two strongest people here. We can do this.
Onyx will hesitantly take Calyx's hand, and I'm gonna say, "You better not drop my brother."
Hey, you're also holding him. If he falls, it's on both of us.
Fair
But we
enough.
won't.
Sai, Ataraxia, can you come over here? It might be helpful to have more hands than less on this.
I will just say one person. You may make a survival check. That is going to be how adept you are at tying knots, like confident knots in to hold his weight in case you need to jam. So one person, you can decide who can roll a survival check.
Oh, I have a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm also pretty good at tying knots. On a scale of like 120, I'd say I'm about like a +4, roughly.
Ditto.
Cole's about the
then
same.
you got-
I'm like a 1.
Just know I have a
think you got
3
this.
if I
I'm
wasn't
like,
in a ritual.
Yeah,
I'm like getting good
don't trust
and
me.
getting ready.
Don't trust me to tie that knot because
I'll give it a
He's
shot.
not
I'll tie.
making
I'll
it back
tie.
up.
I'll tie the knot. I
You,
guess.
you can go. You can go ahead and roll survival.
All right.
Cole is slightly.
18. Okay, so as you're finishing up tying the knot, you're like, you look at it and you're like, I've tied a very, very good knot. This is I've spent a lot of time in the woods. I've tied a lot of rope in my day. This is solid. As you finish up that, Brontes, your ritual completes. Several things simultaneously blast you in the brain. So the radius on detect magic, I think is, what is it, like 30 feet? Oh, it's 15-foot radius. So you have 30 feet diameter around you, which is every single well and also 3 of your party members. So instantly you go from not knowing anything about these wells or the people around you. Several things automatically register themselves in your brain at the same time. I will say them in order. The well that you are closest to, the little sapphire piece in the bottom of that well, the gemstone in the well with water, radiates very, very strong abjuration magic, matching the statue in the center room. The big statue that was before you activated either orbs. It was glowing slightly, and then that glow is the same as the big blue wall. It's the same type of enchantment. The same can be said for the other 2 wells as well. Each of those pieces in each of those wells are emitting the exact same frequency of abjuration magic.
Okay.
Those are magical items individually that are on the same magical wavelength. You assume they were enchanted either together or they were once the one item split into 3 pieces. Additionally, the person to your 10 foot to your south, the blue tiefling woman, blinds you. She is innately magical. You can't not see it. Every inch of her body glows slightly with no particular school of magic. She just exists as magic. You would know from your studies that this would mean she is a sorcerer. She was born or has acquired an innate magical element that you cannot ignore. But you don't learn any particulars. You just know that she is magical. The person to your right, Ataraxia, is also magical, but not in the same way. She has an essence of magic that you wouldn't have seen before with your backstory, at least more than likely. But you can tell that there is an element of magic within herself as well, but it has been gained over time through experience and age. The other person, Onyx, is also magical, but even being a tiefling, he is not innately magical. You notice that his weapon is magical. It does not give off a particular school. It exists as innately magical, like the hilt of his weapon. That you learn all of that instantaneously, and like the second you finish the spell, all at once. So feel free to roleplay that. You want to roleplay an aneurysm? I think that's about what it would be.
That's about what's happening in my brain right now.
Yeah, I hope you remembered all that. I'm not going to say it
Process the
again.
information.
It doesn't like create physical ailments or whatever for you, but you know, for having cast a spell before, typically you cast it to try to look at one thing. This is the first time you've gotten like 6 in one shot, so feel free to describe it as you wish.
there's an overload of information in here.
Okay.
What does that
I
mean?
could describe to you what real life Bronte's face looks like, and I think that would be a pretty good description.
Okay, all we need to know is that if there is
Regarding
magic
the items,
Yes.
we've seen in the bottoms of each of these wells, they are all emitting the same source of magic as the statue in the main room, suggesting that they were either they have something to they're intertwined with some form of magic.
Okay. Well, then if if any of you recall what was said on the statue plaque, there were 2 trials of mind and might, and I'm
This is
assuming
probably the one of mind.
yeah.
I'm assuming so, considering we already took care of Might.
Wow,
Mhm.
Captain Obvious over here.
I was just reiterating Ataraxia's point, okay? No need to come at me like that.
Easy, calm down, Clanker. We'll figure this out. Don't need to get your horns in a twist.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay. I am very confident that Cole's not going to die. Otherwise, I would not be sending him down there because I love him.
I mean, if this is the way he goes,
It's been an honor.
it was
Okay.
nice getting to
All
know
right, guys,
you.
let's do this already.
Okay, so
Do it.
Cole, get in front of the well. Calyx, you're coming over here with me. You're helping me pull from the front. Ataraxia and Side, come to the back of the rope.
This
Line it.
twice, right?
Yes, yeah, just click athletic twice, or if it gives you like an advantage toggle, just click advantage.
No, so that would be 19.
Yep. And then you
Or
can click it again.
Yep.
22. So 27.
Or 22. I'll take the
So,
27,
yeah.
sir.
So, oh, you want to go with the 27? Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, I do. Personally, I want it.
Unfortunately, the DC
But
was 30.
personally,
Unfortunately, the DC was 30. Cole dies instantly. Anyway, so you guys all very carefully hold the rope, and then you watch as Calyx with one arm just like slowly starts fireman feeding out the rope and has it like wrapped around his like elbow and forearm, and he's essentially like doing curls with 10 foot of rope at a time and just lowering Cole down, and you guys are all holding a slack rope. Like he's got it. You're there for moral support. This is the
Thanks,
guy.
Calyx.
This is the dude who accidentally broke out of those shackles, and you're like, yeah, about tracks.
And he left all of us
Okay,
there.
so
Yeah.
we clearly didn't need to be here.
Yeah.
What was the point of this?
Important thing what this leads to, Cole. What you see is blackness because they sent down the one person without dark vision. So you're now in
yeah, I
this
kind
black
of was thinking
hole.
about that, and
You can
I didn't
see
say
nothing.
anything,
Used
so.
to it. He's a minor.
You can see literally nothing. You were about 10-ish, call it 9 feet because you're not touching the ground, inside a deep dark stone well. It's vaguely wet in here, and you can't even see your hand in front of your face.
But can we see the
So,
bluing object?
The blue
The
glowing
thingy
object.
that shines. I thought
Because
it
we can see
shines.
it from the top. Can't we see that?
The when I say blue glowing, that's because most of the people in this party have some sort of magical ability that's innate, that they could see magic or feel magic, like your wizard or your sorcerer. Cole does not have that either. So he's just a guy.
I go to the edge of the well and look down and see if I can kind of guide him with my night vision or dark vision.
I mean, yeah, you could attempt to, we'll call it, you're going to try to like instruct him. I'll say your ability to communicate directions. So I'll call it roll persuasion.
Wait,
Oh, it's a good one, bro.
never mind, I won't.
To try to give good directions.
Cole's gonna die.
Is he just singing that on the way down?
I believe it.
And it's echoing up off the walls, and so it's coming up at the top, and we can hear him singing, Cole.
Damn, this
Gonna
mic is
die.
so freaking sensitive. She just
rolled
rolled a
a
nat
20.
20. No,
Wow.
no modifier.
The best
I
part
didn't
too is
think
you
his
shouldn't even
mic was
have
that good.
5% chance. So Ataraxia is alting, and her secret calling has always been giving really specific directions to a guy 9 feet in a well. It's like what she was born for. It's actually in her backstory, believe it or not. But
Got a teammate.
yeah, so Cole, you're like, wow, I can't believe we thought this was a good idea. I literally can't see anything, and I can't feel the magic of the item. I just know that I'm in a well. And then Atarax, she's like, oh yeah, I could totally see. And then you listen as she gives exact, perfect instructions on where to place your hands and to not touch the ground but touch the item within like a centimeter. She's like, move your hand 4 inches to the right, and you'll come up on this slightly protruding stone so that you could bend down with your left hand. It's perfect instructions. You have no fear in any way, and you feel on your left hand as you follow her instructions exactly. You feel a piece of metal in your hands. Do you pick it up out of the? Do you pick it up out of the ground?
I'm gonna try to pick it up out of the well so we can bring it up.
Make a strength check to try to. You're beating the suction. It's like suctioned into the mud and sand, like swamp mud.
If he rolls the 3.
Wait. Strength. Oh, I think it's at the top, Nick.
Yeah. It's
no. Oh no.
Here goes a -1.
You, with a little bit of effort, you're like, oh, this is kind of stuck. It's not a heavy piece of metal. It's just kind of really. You could tell it's been sitting in this mud for a while. It's sitting in there. It's got that like perfect suction of like when you get your boot stuck in the muck and you're fighting your whole body weight but you don't want to like. Your biggest issue is you don't want to throw your weight to one side, because if you let go of the rope or you touch the ground, then that defeats the whole purpose. So you're kind of like trying to also not make Calyx drop the rope. You're juggling a lot of things in your head. So you're like, but I think I could do it, and you kind of wiggle it a little and you pop it out, and there's like a suction sound, and you're holding it in your hand.
Okay.
Guys, I think I got it.
All right,
Pull me up.
I'm gonna
got
start
it.
like pulling them up.
Okay.
Then.
With a 27, I'm not going to make you roll again. You just grab the rope and throw it in the air, and he flies 10 feet out and lands on his feet. Like easy all day, light work.
I hold up a light sign that goes like +10 for the landing.
Yeah.
Nice.
+10 for the landing, he says.
So
Can we inspect this object, guys?
Yeah. So what you see
Now that we're
now
closer
that
to
you
it?
could see Cole out of the well, he is holding in his hand. He is holding the sapphire-colored metallic shaft-shaped structure. It's about, I'd say, a foot, maybe 16 inches long, about half an inch thick, and it's perfectly cylindrical and cold to the touch.
Okay. Well, 1 down, 2 more to go, I guess.
He is going to reach her hand into the water.
I think that's at the top.
Here's what's going to happen.
Oh no.
Presumably everyone watches, because you're not just sitting there with your eyes closed. Sai, and those impulsive thoughts kind of worm they're here. Like, is it water? You're like, it's just water. I'll just reach into it, and you reach your hand into it. You instantly hurt your hand, because as soon as you touch the water, like you're just going to plunge your hand in as though you're reaching into water. Your hand bounces off the top of the water like you just went to reach through a concrete block. And you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you almost you bend your fingers backwards. Like you got jammed by a basketball that was thrown at you. Like, it's hard. It doesn't ripple. It doesn't flex. Your hand isn't even wet. It's like you attempted to literally reach through a sheetrock wall to grab something, and you didn't know the sheetrock wall was there. You just slam your hand into a solid object. It doesn't even make
It's
sense.
like Oobleck.
Ice?
Shoot. Oh my god.
It's like what?
It's like Oobleck.
I don't
Wait.
think anyone is going to be swimming in this.
Is it gelatinous or is it ice?
Oh,
It was like
yeah.
I tried to touch it and it really didn't want me to touch it, and so it punched me back.
It didn't even react. Like, you know how with
Yes.
Oobleck you can if you slowly reach in and it's like it'll move. The water didn't even because the water is to the brim, right? It's the tippy top. Any disturbance would cause a little bit to spill. Her trying to
Can I
reach her
cast
whole
Firebolt on
her.
it?
No.
Hold on.
Standing right
Hold on.
in front.
I was describing. So when she goes to touch it, the water itself does not move in any capacity. It's almost like she didn't make contact with it. You could visibly see she clearly touched it, but the water just treated it like she didn't.
Can I gently touch it, like place my hand on top of it to see if
You touch it.
what
Yeah.
happens?
So you gently,
not like
yeah.
punch it
Yeah.
like side.
You gently reach your hand.
I didn't punch
You
it.
gently reach your hand and you slowly place it on top of the water. and it is though you are resting your hand on a table. It is 100% like a mahogany table. It's 100% solid. Your hand isn't even wet. It's like the water is stone. It's clearly
Is it
water.
cold?
You're looking at it, but it does not feel like water, and it does not behave like water.
I have my hands firmly around the shaft,
From Cole.
and I hold it over the well.
The well full of
Any
the
reaction.
well full of water or the well full of acid.
Water. The
Okay.
well full of water.
Okay, you
I don't trust
watch. You watch as the metallic object flashes extremely brightly very quickly, and the metallic object at the bottom of the well flashes a millisecond after, and then nothing happens. Like they flashed, and you don't notice a difference, but they're very clearly
Okay.
reacted in some way.
So that's something, guys.
It
I don't know
also
what
has-
it means, but it's something.
Do I detect anything with detect magic?
With
from
detect
that?
magic, yes, you do, and you detect that the two metallic objects resonated, and but as though the magic tried to draw a line between object 1 and object 2, like the object in the well and the object in Onyx's hands, and as a result of that magic, the water is now vaguely magical, and the magic would be transmutation.
Can I attempt to touch the water then?
You can. You reach over and you reach your hand into the water, and now your hand's all wet and cold.
So now we can swim through it.
Yeah,
What is this time?
He reached down to his elbow, and then that's when he ran out of room, and he pulls it out, and his hand is covered in water, and the water splashes everywhere, and it like spills over the sides, and it's all in it makes a mess.
So it looks like it turned into water, guys. So Calix, you still have that rope, correct?
All 40 feet.
So why don't we see if you could just drop the rope down and make sure the water, is water all the way through.
Oh, shoot. No worries.
We would need
does
an
anybody have
anchor
a
point
rock
to-
or something heavy?
Wait,
Yeah.
I think one of us has like some ball bearings. Would that work as an anchor weight, like we're fishing?
No, they're like small.
Yeah, but so is a fishing weight.
Oh, you got me there.
The rope you have is hempen rope, so it's like pretty thick. You think it would be hard to wrap the rope around ball bearings. You could
Can
probably, unless you have
I
like
was
a
gonna
bucket.
say, or
Yeah,
you
so,
can
like,
tie
any
a
rocks
hammer
or
or a
Would
crowbar.
tie it around the rod, but I feel like we wouldn't want
Oh, wait,
to risk
quick
that.
question. Can I run back to the metal chest and grab some metal slag
Absolutely.
and use that? Let's do that.
Through the power of movie magic, you do that. Do-do-do-do-do.
It's done.
Okay.
It happened.
You're now
You have
holding
flag
you're
now.
now holding an armful of blackened, warped metal slag of various pieces and sizes.
Okay, then I'm going to like tie it around I'm going to hand it over to Ataraxia so she can tie it around and get a nice good knot around it, and then we're going to drop it down to see if it drops.
Okay, roll a survival check. Ataraxia. Roll of 14. You don't feel as confident compared to the first knot you did, but given that it's like lower stakes and the metal isn't really moving around, it's not a living thing, you're pretty confident so long as nobody does anything dumb like jerk it around, it'll probably hold.
Cool. And we're going to drop it in and kind of let it sink to the bottom or as far as it can go.
So you hang the metal that was the first trial over the thing, and then you just drop it.
Yeah, to see if it sinks and like hits a wall or anything like that, or the rope
So
gets cut.
you watch as it hits the water, and it plummets like a stone. It goes straight to the bottom, and it lands on top of the sapphire gem, and you can no longer see the sapphire gem.
Okay, so then my concern is like if we remove the sapphire gem, if it's gonna lock it in, like Onyx said. So I reached all the way to the bottom, and I'm just gonna gently pull the metal slag all the way back up at this point.
You pull it up with the rope.
Yeah.
Okay. Brontes. At this point, it's all this like discussion and rope tying and all that stuff. It's been about 5 minutes. You're watching as the Calyx is pulling the rope up, and as soon as he gets the metal out, your like mental alarm in your head about your spell lets you know that the water has changed, and it has been about 120 seconds since you waved the wand over it, and the magical effect is gone from the water. About a second or two after he pulls the metal out.
Okay. That doesn't feel right.
So
What
it's
doesn't
back
feel
to
right?
solid now.
I feel like the water changed again.
Oh, Jesus.
I th-
So I'm gonna gently like touch the top of the water. Is it solid again?
Rock solid. Okay. So I assume that you're timing waving the rod with her going in to give the maximum amount of time. Does
Yeah.
that sound
would
correct?
say
Yes.
we do it a second before, honestly.
Okay. And then
Make sure she goes through.
since she is going into a liquid, a strength check is not required unless you attempt to pull her out because she could just swim down under her own power.
Right,
She's
we're
not
just there for an
falling.
emergency.
So it's
What?
it's all up to Sai. What do you do?
What check do I make when I go?
It's
Do I
just
swim?
it's just swimming 10 feet. You swim your whole life. You lived in
Oh.
a port city. You can just swim. Just tell me you're swimming down 10 feet.
Okay, I swim down. After he does the thing,
I will wave the wand now if you're ready to go.
I'm ready as
All
I'll
right.
ever be.
Well, and you go down.
Yes.
You swim down and you place your hand on the metal with the middle well. So it's the sapphire gemstone.
Yep.
So you grab it.
Okay.
When you grab it, nothing
Oh no.
intrinsic,
scared.
like nothing visual happens. No one noticed.
Okay.
There's no flash of light. You don't get trapped under an invisible barrier. You don't start drowning. Because you're the one who touches it, you just have this feeling. You really like this gemstone, like holding it in your hand and the way it makes you feel, and you kind of don't want anyone else to have it.
Oh no.
And that's all. And then you can swim up if you'd like to.
Okay, I swim back
Okay.
up.
You all watch as she swims up. She's holding the gemstone. Do you pull yourself out? Does anyone pull her out of the well? Because it's a raised well, so she's got to like heft.
Yeah,
She's soaking
I'll
wet now.
help
She's
out.
a lot heavier. All her clothes
Yeah,
are soaked.
we'll
Yeah,
pull
we'll
her
help
out.
Okay, so they all pull. All
Alex
these
and
people.
Felix will each take an arm.
Yeah, she's very light, even though she's a little waterlogged. And so, and you pull out and you pull out, you stand her up, and she's holding the stem thing. I got it, and she's standing
I
there.
shake myself off like a dog. Whoever's standing near me also gets wet because I didn't think to move away to do this. So I just
What
shake.
the heck, man?
No.
What if we touch them together, guys? Will they connect?
Well, you give me the rod.
Why can't we just connect them right here in front of everybody? We could both hold a side.
Well, I'd rather do it while holding it myself.
I would almost rather give it to Calyx or Onyx. They're a little stronger in case something
No.
happens.
I'm not giving anybody this rock.
You don't have
Why?
the rod. You have the gem.
I have the gem. I'm not giving anybody this gem
Why?
because I don't trust anybody with the gem.
Why?
Because God said so. That's why.
Because I like the gem. It's a pretty gem, and I feel like you brutes will break it or drop it. So I am going to designate
I'm gonna
myself.
What about Ataraxia? She's not a brute.
She's a common middle ground.
Why can't I just
could try.
touch them together myself?
And why can't anybody else?
Because I don't want you to.
I don't trust that right now.
How about you go over to the other well and let's see if it makes a reaction before either of us give one up.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay. Do you wave the gem over the acid well?
Yes.
Are you waving it over the well, or are you reaching into the well?
Over the well.
Nothing happens.
I
Guys,
really
I
don't
think we're
want
gonna have to
to.
reach in.
Brontes, you're at about 7 to 8 minutes on your spell, by the way. You got about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So are you both going? Are you going on either side of the well, and you're both going to try to reach in at the same time?
Yep,
into the
just because the acidy stuff is at like 5 feet down. So if we reach down, we're not sticking our hand into acid.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. So it's a 10-foot well, half full. So you have about size heights worth of empty space, like bare walls, and then that's where the acid starts, and then it's about 5 more feet, and then at the bottom, resting on a completely stone bottom, there's no mud or muck, is that last piece of the sapphire item.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Sai, on the count of 3, we both reach below the surface, our arm's length, without A, falling in, and B, to see if there's any reaction at all. Correct?
Do we have somebody holding either of us? Just in case?
Calyx, I was gonna hold Onyx, but if he falls, I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah. I assumed Calyx was holding Sai.
Oh,
I mean,
I would like someone to hold me,
I would
too.
like Calyx to hold Onyx.
Oh, okay.
I'll hold Onyx up if everybody else wants to help us out.
I can help out.
Feels
with five.
balanced for some reason.
Okay.
Okay, you count on 3.
Cole,
On 3.
Cole making the bold decision to jump into the second well. There you go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
You both reach in, right? I assume you're both reaching in because you counted down.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is funny. So
Oh,
you
no.
both reach in, and you. Firstly, it's only a 5 foot wide well, and you're both. And Onyx is a big guy, so you try not to bonk heads because you're on opposite sides of the well. You both reach your arms down about arm's length. There's no reaction from the blue thing in the acid, but the 2 items in your hands get close enough that there's an innate magical like shunk, and they both slam together. Both of
So
you,
we
both
knock
of you,
heads anyway.
roll a dexterity save to avoid
God.
dropping them as they are pulled out of your hand.
Oh boy.
Dun dun.
Hey. Oh no.
Okay, so
Give it, guy.
so the way Onyx is just
Whoops.
inherently stronger, so he just had a really good grip on the sapphire rod, and so it kind of pulled away from him, but his hand moved with it. You weren't expecting, Sai wasn't expecting the pull of the gem, and it flies out of her hand like you
Well-
walk past a super magnet, and you watch.
Obviously, I didn't want it that badly if
Yeah.
I let go.
You watch as the gem slams into one half of the sapphire shaft, and they glow brightly, and then the glow fades. Onyx, you are holding what is now one thing. Like, there isn't a seam, there isn't a screw or anything. It looks like what was 2 items has now always been 1 item, and you're holding it in your hand. Sai,
Okay.
you feel an
Whoa.
immense sense of longing and like absence because the gem is not in your hand.
I kind of just sit on the ground and pout.
Okay, so Calyx, you
Alex is gonna start lowering it.
so
And
you're
you're deep
you're
lettering?
lowering.
No, the angst in my voice was because I was listening to God. It's fine.
So you're lowering the 2-piece combined metal shaft and gem that was made. You're lowering that down on the rope, and you're going to attempt to touch the little arrowhead shaped sapphire piece of metal at the bottom of the acid well.
Sounds like the plan because
Okay.
they didn't let me jump in. Yes.
Okay. So I assume you're all gathered around the well watching it in case something happens, so that you could like be ready
Yeah.
for it. There is, once the rod gets about 5 foot down, there's a little flash from the rod that you think something is happening, but detect magic has worn off. You don't know what. And then as you go further down and you get within about a foot of the arrowhead, that magnetic like shunk happens, and you watch as the arrowhead flies up and attaches to the other end of the metallic rod that doesn't have the gem, and that same blue flash happens under the acid, and it fuses into one thing, and it's now just sitting there under the acid.
I
Pull
pull
it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up.
You pull it out super
Pull it
quick. You pull it out super quick.
Try not to touch it with your hands.
Yeah, it's been under the acid for only a few seconds, so I would say the rope, for all intents and purposes, is still counted as regular rope. You don't need to put damage or anything. You did it pretty quick, and you diluted the water, or you diluted the acid significantly. And now, if anyone looks at the piece of metal now, it once again, just like the other time, there's no seam, there's no screw. It now appears to be what you can now tell is a very ornate magic wand that has a pommel gem, sapphire pommel gem, and a wand tip, like an wand tip arrowhead, and it seems to be this sapphire metallic magic wand that's radiating that blue magic.
Fair enough. To the next rooms. Do we go 3 and 3 into the tunnels, or we all stay together?
Let's stay together this time.
Okay, so which tunnel are you guys going? There's the top tunnel and leading to a
Bottom.
hexagonal room, and a bottom tunnel leading to a hexagonal room.
Bottom.
Bottom. Okay. The tunnels are only about 5 to 6 foot wide. You'd have to walk through in a straight line. Who's leading?
Do we want
I
to scout it
will-
out?
I was
I
gonna
was gonna
say,
say-
should I sneak in?
I was just gonna say, if we got the whole party with us, I say we just walk straight in.
You're just walking straight in?
And
back-
what if there are booby
Electronics
traps, my
going first?
guy?
Well, we're
I
gonna
think
hope
Cole-
those don't exist.
Should scout.
Okay, so Cole, are you
All right.
you're stealthing forward?
Yeah, I'll stealth forward.
Okay, roll stealth. Okay, 21. Very solid stealth. You feel like you aren't seen. You can move forward. Okay, as you walk forward, you look at like the architecture of the walls and stuff. It's all the same smooth stone you've been seeing. You don't see any indication that these walls, like, they never and stop. Okay, so you took a step forward. Roll a DC 12 dexterity save as you take a step forward while I was talking, and a pressure plate that you didn't see retracts about an inch into the ground. The stone to the left of you drops about 2 inches, and there are 2 black holes. Out shoots 2 darts at you at your head. Make a DC 12 dexterity save.
Oh,
Yeah. You guys, even though you guys are kind of far back, you just barely make it. You guys are kind of far back. You are watching him, and then you see his foot kind of go down a little extra inch, and then you hear thunk, thunk, and then you see 2 darts fly past his head, and he, like, matrix dodges at the last second, and they jam into the wall to his right, and there's 2 darts jammed, like, a quarter of an inch into the stone wall, right to the right of his head.
I look at Onyx and I go, booby traps. Could have been your head.
Yeah.
he
Well,
could have
that's,
tanked it.
that's what the shield's for.
Okay, but how quick are you?
I don't know. How quick am I?
It doesn't matter.
In your heavy
Cole,
armor,
are
not
you
very.
okay? I shout down to Cole.
So
Are you okay?
I would say you guys are safe to come up to me at this point. The hallway was safe. Yes, God.
I don't know. You walked before I finished talking. Is it safe? It's safe. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so-
Calyx will follow up on the back behind Cole then.
Okay, so he'll go.
I will follow right behind
first.
Calyx.
Calyx, you are
I
now
will advance
Calyx, you
forward.
are now standing on what you have now identified as a dart trap. You look to your left and you see the 2 holes that the darts came out of, and you look to your right and you see the 2 darts embedded into the stone. And then you look down.
I'm just gonna hold my shield up to the right.
And you look down and you see that little 1 foot square that your foot is in, that you're holding down with your body weight, only goes down like half an inch. Like, it was a fairly well hidden trap, but perceivable if you were really looking for traps. But you can see that this trap is also as old as the room I just described, where it does not appear. The stone is like, the paneling and everything is also dusty, and you could tell it's hasn't been triggered in a long, long time.
Okay. I'm gonna let Cole examine the room, and can I just kind of hold my shield up to the dart holes and kind of like
So yeah, you
make a
raise,
passageway so everybody can walk in?
Are you holding your shield like in front of the holes, or you're placing your shield over the holes and like holding it, like blocking the holes?
I'm placing my shield over the holes and kind of holding it there.
Okay, and
so everybody can kind of squeak by.
And you're gonna like press yourself and your shield up against the wall so they could like squeak behind you and everyone gets into the room.
Correct. Like like the warrior pose in yoga where everybody's like across and like, you know what I mean? Are you familiar? Or no?
With yoga, no, but I have a pretty good idea of. I think I'm visualizing what you're describing. So
yeah, like I'm kind of holding out my arm to the left to kind of like keep it against the holes, but I'm not standing on the other side of the holes.
In that case, then I will say everyone can walk past Calyx, and I will say Calyx at some point, just from the amount of people walking around and behind and just where their feet are placed, you feel the trap activate again at some point, and you feel the 2 darts go into your shield. They don't penetrate your shield. You could feel the darts get stuck in the tubes that your shield is blocking. And then once everyone is past you, presumably you move your shield and you see the 2 darts that are jammed into it.
Neat. Did everybody get to the other side?
Sai is still in the hallway.
What?
You're still in the hallway. He's currently blocking the trap. If you'd like to pass him.
Okay. Can I disarm it?
Roll thieves' tools to disarm the trap.
That's smart.
Was waiting for somebody to do it.
Well, the shield works.
Yeah, it works.
It's gonna have to keep working.
Yeah. So you rolled a 10. Yep. You get your lock picks up in between the little seam of where the pressure plate was, and you feel the little catch that was under there. That's like a spring that's designed to reset every time it's like stepped on and then weight is placed on and off. And you tell it takes about 20 pounds of force to set the trap off. It's fairly sensitive, and you can with your hooks like pop the spring and disconnect it, and you're pretty confident the trap is disabled.
You're good to pick your foot up.
Well, thank you very much, Sai. And I'm gonna pick my foot up.
You pick your foot up, and the trap does not reset. It's like stuck that little 1/2 inch depression, and it's like there's no spring to push it back up, so it's just kind of locked down.
Okay. Does someone want to investigate the room?
Sure.
See if there's anything in here.
Sorry, my roll was for the darts to see if they were still usable as poison or what have you.
Okay.
I'm stupid. Don't let me investigate anything.
Okay, so the darts with a 16, you pull the darts out of the wall and you look at them and you do see on the darts that the darts were sharpened and they have not been worn. So like they're still like not factory sharp, but you can tell whoever made the darts, they have not been fired. And on them is like they haven't been reloaded into the trap. I mean, like they're not. This is the first time you could tell that these darts have been shot. And on them is the residue of what you can, with your investigation, determine to have been poison. But this poison is so dried and almost flaky that the poison has completely denatured. Like, this poison has been on these darts since someone loaded the darts into the trap. And then presumably they were never fired, and they've been sitting in this trap for who knows how long. So long that all the enzymes and proteins that would have made this poison have just, the time has degraded their structure, and it is just arbitrary flaky substance on a dart. They have no mechanical effect.
Fair enough. I'm going to kind of just add my darts to my pack. And I'm going to ask first, does anybody want darts? If not, I'm going to keep these.
Well, you should have how many? 4?
You're
2
good.
from the wall and 2 from your shield?
I'm just taking the ones from my shield, though. I'm not going to try and pull them out of the wall.
Fair enough.
Okay, and that 8 investigation, by the way, for the room, you find nothing in that room.
Okay.
Okay. So before you step into the other room, I think you should do an investigation to see if there's any plates see if there's any traps at the entrance to the next room.
You can check for traps. It's investigation.
Okay. It's right there. Okay.
You now that you've seen the trap once, you look down at the floor and you don't see any indication of a trap that you don't see a trap there. You don't see any obvious tripwires. You don't see any pressure plates. You don't see any magic runes. Just looks like what looks like what was once a doorway, but is now just a point where the stone does not connect. Like there's no wood or there's no support beam. It's all rotted away or has been removed. Once you cross the threshold into that second like hexagon shaped room, you see more of what I described in the first room of like scuff marks, wall pings, rubbing marks on the floor, everything that would indicate that like this was a series of interconnected rooms that all have been appear to have been utilized for some kind of storage, and they had doorways in between them, but it looks like these two were both storage rooms.
Can I roll an investigation check to see if there's anything in the room?
In the room, yeah, I'll roll investigation.
Yep, that's shit.
Oh my god!
Yep, that's shit. That ain't gonna find jack.
It's a hexagon shaped room.
It's hex. That's fair.
When our
Can I
party
inspect the room for magical items?
Yeah, you
or
can do
anything?
investigation.
I just do investigation?
Yep, just click investigation. Bottom hex room. Okay. Yeah. So you're looking over this room and you're like, yeah, Size didn't said there was nothing in here. There's a lot of scuff marks. It looks like there used to be a lot in here, but it's all been moved out or it's all rotted away. And then you're like, the floor, like in the center of the room where Calyx is standing, is
Why?
is raised, like ever so slightly raised. like a couple of inches. And you're like, well, this is the same stone floor that the entire dungeon has had. It's all carved stone. It's all one piece. Why is it raised then? What, was there one rock that they just didn't bother to move? That's weird. And that's what you notice.
Okay.
So you should maybe step. Wait, are you sharing that with everybody?
Yes.
Calyx, you may want to step off of that.
Step off of what? Everything looks kind of level. It doesn't cover
there's
the
a
entire
slightly
floor.
raised
No,
floor.
it's just that little 3 foot by 3 foot section, right in front of you, where half your character is. I know you can't see, but it's a little bit over, and it's that little dead center of the hexagon shaped room. There's a little bump, a completely.
Can I see if it's a trap door and I can lift it?
You could do either investigation, or if you want, you could try to hit it with a weapon, or you could try to peel it. If you want to dig your fingers into the stone, what are you trying to do?
Let me see what my best options are, and then I'll get back to you. Give me a minute. Sorry, a little bit. Give me here, but I feel like just trying to pry it up, kind of like it's a trap door, just test each side.
Okay.
Then just kind of peel it.
Are you using any sort of implement? Do you have a crowbar or a short sword? You don't care bending? Are you using any sort of leverage, or are you just trying to brute force dig your fingers into some stone and rip it
have
up?
a dart that I just got. If I can jam it in there, then use that, get my fingers in, and then pull up.
I have a crowbar I can loan you if you want.
I don't know if the crowbar will last, but I'm down if you're okay with it. So I guess I'll take the crowbar from Cole.
I will say if you are using the crowbar, you can roll athletics with advantage to try to work this piece of stone.
Let's do that. I like that.
Okay, 18.
Oh God.
18.
I'll take the 18.
Yeah. So you catch the end of the crowbar, it was barely visible. You honestly didn't even see it. You were feeling with the crowbar, you were just listening to it drag on the smooth stone, and then you felt the teeniest, tiniest bump, and you just use your brute strength, and you just jam it into the stone, and you almost dig it into the stone to get leverage, and you peel it up. This is heavy stone, and because specifically you tried to do this, and you have the powerful build thing that doubles the amount of weight that you can push, lift, or flip, you're able to just by yourself brute force flip, and you flip a 3 foot by 3 foot stone panel that has been carved with a relief on the bottom, and the ground is just dirt. It looks like the dirt that was under this stone. This is a section of stone that was carved specifically to be placed over this bump and appear seamless. This is some sort of hidden recess that is but it's just dirt. It's full of dirt. I will say it will take about, you estimate, maybe 3 minutes. So if any of the other three would like to do something in the preceding 3 minutes, you can.
I guess I'll go check out the other rooms a little bit.
Okay.
I would
As soon as you walk through the door, you get this weird. It's a feeling you haven't felt since you know who busted your horn. That welling in your chest, and that everything that happened in this room. Something about this room, your body's just feeling it. Something about it. You don't know what, you don't know where, you don't know why. It's like your body just traveled back in time, and you're full of that feeling.
I don't move any farther forward.
No, by the way, everyone else, none of what I just said is physically visible. She's not glowing, or you don't feel any magic. It's purely psychological.
I'm kind of just frozen in the doorway, and I'm not moving anymore.
Unfortunately, Caleb is focusing on the door, on the thing, so he's not gonna notice.
Yeah, you guys, as you dig, you're just kind of pushing dirt wherever, and you're making pretty quick progress.
Is there a reason you don't want to come into the rest of the room? Is something wrong?
I don't like the feeling that I'm getting standing in this room.
Brontes, can you check the room for magic?
I'd like to do an investigation on the room then.
Okay, roll investigation.
Guessing detect.
I don't know
15.
why I double rolled it.
That's fine. I'll take the 13, 15. It doesn't matter either way. Yeah, you find something. You look, and as you're kind of walking around and you're vibing, and the group has realized that making the wizard do investigation checks is the good move. You see
Not on it.
You see on the right side of that centermost hex room, on the backmost wall, kind of towards the
Like
left.
about here.
Yeah, about there. And then like where that corner is, like in that spot between, yeah, right there, but that's in the wall. There is, very well hidden, but you found it, a fake wall. Like it's a, like how in a drawer would have a false bottom. There's a false bottom to the wall. It's a piece of fabric painted exquisitely to look like stone. And like the only way, if anyone else had looked at it, they would have thought it was stone unless they had physically actively ran their hand over every square inch of the room. That's the only way you would know, unless you were the one who put it here. And you peel the fabric back and it reveals a catch slide for like a blocker that was like the back side of the fabric so that it didn't catch the wind and wasn't obvious. And it slides and it reveals a 1 foot by 1 foot stone cubby with things in it.
You're a cubby.
What is it? I'm still not moving. I'm kind of like touching my horn now, the broken one.
Can I check the items that were
Yep.
in it?
You find the following. A normal rock, about the size of your fist. Just a perfectly smooth, looks like a river rock. It's like gray.
A skipping rock.
Yeah, not that flat. Like a little thicker than that. Almost ovular in shape. Like almost like an egg, but it's rock. It's clearly a rock. It's not actually an egg, but it's almost egg-shaped.
Oh, perfect. A perfect rock.
Yep.
It's not just a boulder.
It's a rock. You also find in a little leather pouch a piece of parchment paper that's in the pouch, seemingly preserved within the pouch. And you find a little wooden box. The wood has degraded over time, even though it's been protected by the cubby. But the box does not appear locked. It's just like barely holding together. And you can feel by moving the box that there's one solid thing in the box. Do you pull the box out of the cubby or do you open it?
Do it.
I'm gonna open the box.
You open the box. Inside the box is a potion.
I will take said potion.
Okay, you pull the potion out of the box. You pull it out of the cubby. Do you intentionally obscure or hide the potion anyway, or do you just pull it out and go, "Hey, I found a potion"?
I'll just say I found a potion.
Hey, Sai, the second you see that potion, it's like Vietnam flashbacks. That potion in his hand, you have no other way to describe it. It's like the feeling of when you first awakened your magic in a bottle. Something in that bottle. Something about you feel like you're in that bottle. Something about you is in that bottle that he's holding in his hand. But it just appears like an opaque glass bottle with a vaguely dark liquid in it. There's no signifying marks, so there's no label. Something about that bottle. And you can tell that is clearly the feeling that you're feeling. It's from that bottle.
From the flashbacks of being hit or whatever.
Yeah.
And shit. As soon as you pull the bottle out, Sai kind of like stumbles back and like hits her back against the wall. Like as if she was just gonna try and run away, but like she couldn't because she hit the corner of the wall and kind of just like slides down to the floor.
I'm gonna notice and ask if everything's okay.
What is that?
There's no labels on it. It just seems to be some potion.
It kind of looks as you get closer to her that like she doesn't want you to come any closer with that bottle.
Sai, what's wrong? Do you recognize something?
She kind of is having like a lot of trouble getting the words out. This doesn't feel right. Whatever that is, I don't like it.
What would you like us to do with it?
I don't know. I just don't think you should have it.
Calix shouts, put it back in the wall.
How are we making out with the digging?
You're it's been about her like this conversation, her little episode, the kind of like vision that her vision funneling out, because 3 of you are digging. You are about 9, just about 10 foot deep, and you're like, this is just
Jesus
dirt.
Christ.
And then
This was a waste of time.
yeah, and then guys, like I would intentionally put a waste of time in here. Once you hit as they're going, as they're talking about this potion, you're overhearing obviously about them talking about it. You're like, oh, that's a potion. That's weird. Why is she reacting? It's just a potion. It doesn't do anything unless you drink it or whatever. You hear thunk, and you look down, and all 3 of you have hit a stone box at about 10 foot deep.
Stone?
Like,
Can we
do we
open
dig around
that
it
box?
to see if it's like we can open it like it's a chest? Or
Oh, yeah,
like, can we like dig around it?
Yeah, once you move the dirt around it, it's not part of the surrounding stone. It is a hewn stone chest with like a like it's flush. There's no lock or like key placement. It looks like it being hidden was the security measure, but you just happened to find that little bump, and then you spent the 10 minutes digging that you're like, oh, well, 3 minutes because there's 3 of you. And you're like, oh, how convenient, we stumbled upon it. And it is about 3 foot by 3 foot. And you could like, it's heavy, but you could lift it if you wanted, and you could lift it out of the hole if you wanted to.
Hold up. Before we do that, I think we should investigate it. I just don't think I'm the person to do it.
I open the chest, no thoughts.
You open the chest?
I open the chest, no thoughts.
Okay. You open the chest, and it is not locked. It flips open. It flips open with a thunk because the lid is also stone and there's no hinge. So the lid just comes off and crashes into the back wall. It doesn't break, but it's extremely heavy. No, it's stone. Like it's and you look at it, and you look inside of it, and you see the following. One singular piece of paper.
Neat.
That's it. In this whole 3 foot by 3 foot box, there is in the center of the box somehow perfectly preserved a singular piece of parchment paper. It shows no age.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna read it, but not out loud because I know that's not what you're supposed to do when you find random.
So you reach into the chest, you grab it, and you pull it out of the chest.
Correct.
Roll a d6.
Did it go through?
It did. It's a 1.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Roll. You
got it.
hilariously. So you pull the piece of paper out, and as soon as you pull it out of the chest, it shimmers slightly. You go to read to read the piece of paper. You cannot read it.
That's neat.
It is not written. It is not written.
Alex, what does it say?
It is not written in a language.
While this is happening,
I can't read it, and I kind of pass it up out of the hole and hand it to somebody else.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
He doesn't fit the hole.
They climb out of the hole.
Okay.
Okay. So
Climb out of the hole.
now? They both said I'm taking it. Who's taking it? This is important.
I said it first.
I said it at the same time.
Patty said it first.
Maya
I
and
heard it from
first.
Ataraxia first.
What?
Okay. Sounds like you've been out
Yeah,
voting
me
on
neither.
it.
She is
let-
on point
yeah.
with who said what.
Let's put it this way, Calix. Who would you hand it to if they both said here? Like, give it to me. Which one are you handing it to? Onyx or to
I would
Ataraxia?
probably hand.
Woohoo.
Jesus Christ! Already? I feel like this
Lines
is one
are
of those like,
getting
making
drawn.
points moments.
It's a social game.
I'm gonna hand it to Ataraxia because
Okay.
she's been there for me so far the most.
Okay, Ataraxia.
What?
You hold in your hand this piece of paper. Do you attempt to read it?
Yes.
You can read it. It is not a
damn
language. It is not a language. It isn't anything. It's a spell scroll written in arcane text. Like because you can cast magic, you can kind of suss out what it says. It's not really of use. Like you could cast it if you wanted, but it isn't particularly of use to you. And you can tell that it is a spell scroll of the spell Thunderwave.
I want that
Wave.
out of game.